Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Oh, it's great to be back after nearly a week out of live streams. Let's see tonight if we can actually remember what to do. We're in Scotland and we're heading down to Jersey. Apparently there's some sort of football match on tonight, but Scotland aren't in it and won't be for the foreseeable future. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's see. Welcome on board, everybody. No, I do jest. I love football, but I only tend to like watching the big for the international games. I only really tend to like watching the kind of the European finals and the World Cup finals and the qualifyings, of course. But England, Germany, I do know are playing, so I wouldn't be surprised if, whilst we've got us on in the background, if there is also the football on a second screen or tablet. Guys, being so generous as we've started early already. Robert Johnson, welcome to the Training Captain Club. Robert, thank you so much for your very early support on the stream tonight, and of course if you are on our Discord server, make sure you get yourself into the VIP room as well. And we've also got Nick celebrating 16 months of Training Captain membership, saying great to have you back. Nick, it is great to be back. We just need to remember what to do. And Simon Smith, thank you so much for your €2 donation as well, also saying happy to have you back. Yeah, so been away for a week or so from the live streams. Kept a few videos coming out with the FENIX tutorials as I've been plowing through those bit by bit. If you haven't seen those, do go and watch them at your leisure. Taking you on a full flight from Manchester to Prague, with the latest episode of that coming out a little bit earlier on today. So, Fabrice, Andrew, Lando Lakes, Dark Fury, Danny Rubble, good evening. David J. Hogg, Von McLean, good to have you guys on board with me as well. Jimbo, who else have we got? Christian, this terminal is pretty badly soundproofed, you're quite right too. It does sound pretty loud in here, doesn't it? Squawwatswalder, I apologise for the pronunciation, but greetings to you from the Black Forest. Air Marshal number 5 also here. Kraus Kroner, good evening sir. Callback Piper, Finishing Pilot, good to see you back on board with us. Tavian 64 Metally as well. Christian Star was also with us, and Alfie Manton. We have got the Pyrgi scenery for Glasgow, probably one of the best ones available. I really like the internal terminal. We've taken a full walkthrough of that before, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead, and I think the operational flight plan is already pinned in the chat for you guys if you're watching on YouTube. Simon says the videos are fantastic, but they're not quite real ops streams. No, they're not. I must admit the tutorial videos are not real ops. Plenty of things that we do in real ops flights, a little bit more nitty-gritty than is shown in the tutorial videos, but hopefully just a good place to start. Right, well, we best get on board. I think the weather tends to be closing in on the south of England this evening, so we probably shouldn't hang around too much. Let's get on board, shall we? So, at the moment we've obviously got various doors and things open. Aircraft is in a turnaround state. I'm not liking this parking stand too much, by the way. We're at stand 31, which I think I've probably picked the worst parking stand out of all of them, to be honest. But never mind, we're not here for the outside view at the moment. We're here for setting up. So as I say, at the moment we have got the aircraft in its turnaround state. APU is not currently on, so we're being powered by the external ground power as it is. Just quickly coming down and checking everything is where it currently should be. We do have some air traffic control online as well, if I recall. Yeah, the Scottish Sentry is online, 13552, so we'll be giving them a call. I don't think I've ever spoken to Scottish Control before. I've spoken to various airport ATC on their own, but I don't think I've ever spoken to Scottish Control. Let's put that right tonight, hopefully. Go to my flight, and our departure time is in 44 minutes. Plenty of time to get things set up, and we need to have a little look and chat about the weather and the alternates tonight as well. It's not going to be straightforward as per the operational flight plan, so that's going to be quite interesting. Fabrice, this is the official version of the FENIX, yes, so the the one that you guys have if you're flying if you are flying the FENIX. Right, 43 minutes to go, so we'll start boarding passengers probably in around 20 minutes or so. It would be nice if we can get out a little bit early, but let's not concern ourselves with that first. Let's go through and have a look at our operational flight plan in a few minutes. So currently we have got the latest METAR showing here. We have got no clouds detected, good visibility, wind 070 at 15, so we're expecting runway 5 for our departure tonight. 17 degrees, that's quite warm, isn't it, for Scotland? And we've got obviously the ATIS as shown just here. So we have got information Bravo is current. Is that current? Let me just refresh that. That might not be. There we go. Information Charlie. Thought it was. So runway 05 is in use. QNH is 1006. Initial aircraft made contact with Scottish Control 135525. Information Charlie, etc., etc. Are they using pre-departure clearance tonight? Let's have a quick look. Don't know if they do. Oh wow, okay, so Scottish Control is actually doing a solo en route validation tonight. Oh, excellent. Oh man, he may be a bit busy than we thought tonight. So Andy also celebrating 4 months of memberships, departing from Las Vegas. Indeed, Andy, thank you so much for your support over the last 4 months. Christian, your alternate is Bournemouth. One of them is Bournemouth, which isn't as crazy as it sounds, because Easyjet have flown to Bournemouth in the past. They know it's normally one of their summer destinations, as is Newquay as well. Two lesser known ones, like Southend as well. Von McLean celebrating 10 months of membership. Von McLean, thank you so much for your membership over the last 10 months or so. So we can just go ahead, we'll pop the QNH, what was it, 1006. Let's go ahead and set that up. Right, so while that's all okay, that's our flight route, etc. Let's have a look at our operational flight plan and go ahead and get that. Here we go. So our actual alternate is Bristol tonight, but I'm going to talk about that in a little while. So there's obviously our route, little headwind tonight. Shear rate's 2.7. That's nothing. Don't need to concern ourselves with that. And Von McLean is gifting 1 Easyjet SimPilot membership to Jimbo, being gifted the membership. Welcome on board, Jimbo. Welcome to the club. Von McLean, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And Class 1A N scale model railroading, thank you for the sub as well. Very kind of you, Von McLean. Thank you so much. And Jimbo, yeah, get yourself into the members lounge on our Discord server if you are on there. Right, first thing I want to check, going somewhere like Jersey, it's not a long runway, so our landing weight is estimated to be 61.6. Now, that's fine, that's probably nicely below our regulated landing weight for a place like Jersey. But let's go ahead and we're going to have a look at some fuel, what we're going to need to take with us. We're going to have a look at this alternate as well. So let's go through and start checking. So planned block fuel, our plug fuel, is just under 6.3 tons. Now, we're obviously going to take more than that for various reasons, COVID, etc., APU running, all that stuff. But let's go down and see. So this flight plan was created a while ago, but let's just have a look what the weather's doing here. Now look, this is the weather currently in Jersey. The ceiling 400 and the visibility is 4 kilometers. Well, that's fine. I mean, the ceiling getting anywhere sort of down below 500 feet, that's when we really need to start taking notice, because whilst visibility might be great on the ground, if your ceiling is, as it is here in Bristol, 100 feet, well, that is going to cut your runway visibility range down quite some, isn't it? So we've got a problem here. Our alternate plan tonight should be Bristol, but just looking at these minimums, we're not allowed to use Bristol because we need to be one category above the lowest minimums available. Let me bring in the charts and have a look. So in in Bristol, the lowest category of approach available is Cat 3. Now, bearing in mind Cat 3 and Cat 2 are grouped together for purposes of this example, so we need to have a minimum of Cat 1 available to us. That is a runway visual range of 750 meters. Well, that's all well and good, but even here it tells us visibility, the chances are it's going to be well below that, which means that we wouldn't be able to get in. So we need another alternative tonight instead. Well, we've got a couple of other options then. So we do have Bournemouth, but again, the ceiling there is getting down quite low as well. And if we have a quick check at Bournemouth, what is that? Echo Golf Hotel Hotel. I'm just guessing which runway we'd be using for the moment, but runway 26. So let's have a look. So again, runway visibility range of 550 meters. Well, we're probably still going to be very close on the edge to that. So my best bet is actually looking like Luton or Birmingham. Birmingham looks absolutely fine. Luton is also okay because 900 feet ceiling, that's fine, and visibility is 4 kilometers. So Luton and Birmingham both look okay. So it's which one do we go for? Well, let's think. Birmingham is sort of on the way, midpoint between the two destinations, really. Luton, however, is also a major hub for Easyjet. So really, Luton is probably going to be our safest bet if we had to divert. We could, of course, just come back here to Glasgow, but don't really want to do that. I'm hoping it's not going to be a problem anyway, and we're going to get down okay. Bearing in mind, one of the other things to check is the actual minimums at Jersey. So we can't do an auto land at Jersey anyway. We have got a decision altitude here of 472 and runway visual range of 550 meters. If the weather holds off, we'll be fine with getting. But in terms of which alternate I'm going to go for, I think we're going to go for we're going to go for Luton tonight. So fuel for the alternate, we're going to take I want 2 tons. I want 2 tons of fuel for the alternate. So now let's have a look and see what that's going to do to the fuel that we're going to actually take with us tonight. So fuel for the alternate there, instantly I'm saying I want half a ton extra on that, so that's going to be 6.8 tons with the potential for bad weather and holding and all that lot. 6.8 tons. Well, we could take 7. We could take 7.8 tons of fuel in total. Well, that's all right, but now I need to check, well, have I made my aircraft too heavy to actually get into Jersey? It's a small runway, remember, so we need to do some checking there. Tommy S, thank you so much for your very generous £10 super chat whilst we're here doing our weather planning. Thank you, really kind of you, Tommy, and I do appreciate that so much. So if we're going to take 7.8 tons of fuel extra, how much extra fuel is that going to? How much extra weight, sorry, is that going to add to our estimated landing weight? So we've got 7.8 tons, which is around 1.5 tons extra. We've got a landing weight here shown of 61.7, which gives us a landing weight of around 63.2. Let's round that up to 63.5. And now we're going to do a departure performance. So, oh no, we're not. We're going to do a landing performance. So, Echo Golf Juliet. We're planning runway 26 today. Grab the METAR. Pop that landing weight in there. We'll call it 63.5 tons. And the weather will... there's a chance of rain. Let's pop that as good. Okay, so low auto brake's not going to work. Medium auto brake isn't going to work either. Maximum also tells me here that it's not going to work. Auto thrust will of course be on. Max reverse thrust. It's still telling me we're going to be close. We are going to be close. And we're of course going to be doing a manual landing. If the weather is dry, however, we've got no problems at all. So a lot is going to depend on the weather coming into Jersey. But 63.5 tons should be okay. But we are indeed going to be using maximum manual braking. So this is called a dispatch calculation. This is something that you legally need to do prior to taking off. Now, once you have got your dispatch landing calculation and they've said, yep, it's fine, you can get in. That's great. What actually happens then when you're airborne is a different matter. So, there, we're just looking here. That is the difference. So, landing distance available is 1,615. So that is that's how long it's going to take us to stop. 1,150. If it's good, we can stop just. So technically, we're okay, but it is going to be close. All right. The other thing I could do then at this point is say, well, you know what? Let's not take 7.8 tons of fuel. Let's take half a ton less than that. Let's take 7.3 instead. It's still more fuel than we need, and it gives us a bit more to play with. So let's change that to 63 tons. Okay, so we've now got 63 tons. We've changed that, and funnily enough, that hasn't changed very much in terms of the distance, has it? I thought that might have made some difference. Okay, well, I am going to go with 7.3 tons of fuel. I'm not going to take any more than that. We'll see how we get on. It's absolutely chucking it down in here. Oh, William, you're currently controlling the ground at the moment. The runway conditions are dry. Well, technically, in that case, then, if the runway conditions are dry, our dispatch calculation is absolutely fine, and we've got no issue. We could probably even get in with low auto. Oh no, we couldn't. I was going to say we could get in with low auto brake. No, we couldn't. But we can get in with max manual. That's fine. Just land a bit more firmly, Christian. Yeah, no butter tonight. Okay, so that's our dispatch landing calculation done. We can currently get in. Let's take off and see what happens down the line. We're going to take 7.3 tons of fuel though. So let's come to our mass and balance page. 158 passengers and 7.3. Because of the different alternate that we're using and because of potentially weather, there we go. Right. Okay, we'll start loading that up in a little while. So we don't need to start getting passengers on just yet. In fact, how long have we got now since we've been doing all that? When's our departure time? 29 minutes. Oh right, in that case, yeah, let's start thinking about getting some passengers online, shall we? Danny, you feel the calculator's a bit over conservative? It might be, but you know what? Better to be that way than the other way, isn't it? Let's get the APU on. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Christian, let the first officer into the gear hole and let him preheat the brakes because they work better when hotter. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 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 William's going to do a runway inspection because people are disagreeing. That's fine. Look at the sun shining off the, reflecting off the terminal. Alright, so that's all done and happy. QNH 1006, both on the standby, and the FCU. Our initial climb out today as well is planned to be 6,000 on our departure, so I'll get that set up as well. We'll wait for the APU to get going. Have I started the APU? Yes, I have. So we'll wait for the APU to get going, and then we'll get passengers online. So let's just go to our ATSU, AOC, flight init, and grab that. So flight time today should be 1 hour and 19 minutes. New alternate though, we're going to change that. So data page, check we've got IRS 3 nav green, aircraft status, the valid ARC cycle, and CFM engine database. Okay, let's do our init request. I've just seen that the APU is up and running. Let's go ahead, get our APU bleed on, then we can get the packs on. In fact, they should be off for a minute before we get those on. Stop contaminants. Get rid of all the contaminants before we throw the air into the cabin. Right. So our flight number tonight is Easy 71 Victor Lima. Cost index tonight is W83. Thank you for subscribing. What's our cost index tonight? It is 4. And our cruise flight level tonight is going to be 340. Temperature is -53. Just clear the scratch pad. We've got Tropo 33404. Grab the latest winds as well. And whilst the winds are getting sorted, we shall turn on the bleed, and then we can start loading the passengers. So, self-loading cargo, as always, shall be providing our cabin sounds this evening. Timothy Jacob tuning in from Jersey. Hope the weather's not as bad as we're anticipating it to be.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so you can now open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you.
No problem.
Alright, so passengers are boarding. We can see that's underway. So William, right, after nearly getting hit by a Jet 2, the runway inspection's complete. Your light is a bit soggy. You go one worse than good. QNH 1011 with a direct crosswind of 7 knots. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, well, let's continue setting up the box. So, let's do our departure. We're on runway 05. It's going to be the Novo 1 Juliet departure. And insert that. And just double check the coding for our departure here, make sure that all matches up. So we've got right, straight ahead to CS cross at or above 2000, max 6000, left turn to Albon, and then TRN 35 to Norbo, and then we're on our way to Dean Cross. There we go. Right, happy with the coding for the departure. Let's have a look at the arrival. So we're expecting the ILS 26 Scary 1 Juliet arrival. Always makes me chuckle that the arrival's called the Scary 1 Juliet arrival. Now let's have a look at the VIAs here. We've got 3 or 4 different options. So let me plan Jersey 1 and see what that looks like. Right, so that's the Jersey 1 arrival. Let's have a look at Jersey 2. We're probably going to get vectored in anyway, so it would be superfluous. But the Jersey 2 arrival. Jersey 3. Yeah, we're not doing a holding pattern. And that's it. Okay, Jersey 1 arrival it is. Insert. That is 479 miles. I've got 481 miles, 2 miles different on the operational flight plan to the box, so that's fine. RadNav page then is automatically tuned to the Glasgow VOR. I'll also tune in Dean Cross, which is Delta Charlie Sierra. Onto the B page. Right, we need our load sheet. So just whilst I'm setting this up, guys, if you have got a question that I don't answer, just bear with me. Once we're in flight, I'll be able to explain a little bit more. So apologies if I do miss those. Right, so our zero fuel weight should be 58.9, and our zero fuel weight CFG 31.2. Fuel for our alternate then, we said we were going to take half a ton extra for that, so alternate is going to be 2 tons. And, oh, actually, that's just reminded me, we need to amend this. Echo, Golf, Bravo, Bravo. 2 tons, trip winds done. Fuel planning. .3 and we're taking 7.3. That gives us an extra half an hour or so of flight time, thinking time. So happy with that. A takeoff weight shown there then of 66 tons. Okay, let's accept the preliminary load sheet. And onto the performance page. Let's head back over to our EFB. Right, so departing runway 05, it is indeed dry. Flaps 1, don't need to force toga, anti-ice will be off, packs will be off, takeoff weight 66. The takeoff weight CFG was 29.6. Grab the live weather. And have we got any intersection departures for runway 05? We could have a look at Echo, but potentially. Runway 05, Fox, Echo, Delta. Well, we can plan for Echo. 2159. 2159. Because we're not actually that heavy tonight. 66 tons is not heavy. There we go. 133, 140, 140. So 133, 140, 140. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Thrust reduction and acceleration values 1030, 1026. Let me just grab the document. Yeah, so 1026, 1026, and engine out is also 1026. It's going to be flaps 1, and the flex was 57. Okay, so that's all sorted. Let me come come on to the secondary flight plan then, and we'll have a look at the engine out procedure for runway 05. So we'll just copy the active. So the engine out procedure for runway 05 here at Glasgow is non-standard. At 4 miles from the Glasgow VOR, we need to make a right turn heading 090. And then once we're at 2,000 feet or 22 miles away from the Glasgow VOR, we need to make a turn back around to the Glasgow VOR. So let's try and pop that into the engine out, create the engine out procedure here in the secondary flight plan. So the first thing is at Glasgow, we need to be 4 miles from Glasgow, then we're going to make a right turn. So Glasgow is the place, the bearing will be the runway track, which is 049 and 4 miles. Was it 4 miles? Yeah, 4 miles. Just pop that. From there we need to fly a heading of 090. So this is quite handy because now we can use this. We can go to the places, place, bearing, distance, and the bearing is going to be 090, and we can pop a distance in there of 22 miles. Oh, does that not work? That should work. Place, bearing, distance 01, 090, 22. There we go. I must not have entered it correctly. And then from there we're going to go back to the Glasgow VOR and enter the hold, which is Golf Oscar Whiskey. Enter the hold. Inbound course for the hold is 229. And the hold consists of right turns. Alright, let's check out what that looks like. Okay, so this looks like a it looks interesting, doesn't it? But basically we get to 4 miles from the Glasgow VOR, we fly heading 090, and then when passing 2,000 feet or 22 miles from Glasgow, we make a right hand turn and come back to the Glasgow VOR, enter the hold. From there, of course, we'll come back to land at Glasgow. So let's just go ahead and pop in Echo Golf Papa Fox, and that's going to be runway 05 with no start, and we'll pop in no veers for that. Perfect. Danny, you didn't know you could accept the place bearing distances that you've created, the custom waypoint. Yes, indeed, yes it can, which obviously for an engine out procedure such as this is incredibly handy. Okay, so happy with all of that. Let's now go and speak to air traffic control. Make sure that we've got everything in the box that we expect. 13552. There we go.
It's for 4919 Roger, hold Mike 9 after departure. It's right turn direct at Glasgow, climb flight level 110.
So hold position after departure, right turn direct left, FedEx 4912.
FedEx 4912, correct, surface wind 110 degrees 6 knots, runway 16, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway 16, FedEx 4912.
And Scottish Control, good evening, Easy 71 Victor Lima on the ground at Glasgow, stand 31 Type A320, requesting IFR clearance as far to Jersey, and we have information Charlie.
ED71 Victor Lima, Scottish Control, good evening. Towers just come online, contact them now, 118.8, bye-bye.
Roger, thanks. Speak to you soon. Easy 71 Victor Lima. Okay,
Shuttle 4
so
Delta,
tower is now
contact
online.
Tower 118.8, bye-bye.
1188.
188, Shuttle 4 Delta, talk to you soon.
Glasgow Tower, good evening. Easy 71 Victor Lima, stand 31, requesting IFL clearance as filed to Jersey, and we have QNH 1006.
71 Victor Lima, Glasgow Tower, hello. Ground has just popped online, so
Oh.
you can contact them 121.7.
Roger, thank you. Easy 71 Victor Lima. We're getting passed around the houses.
Shuttle 4 Delta with you, Golf.
Okay, so what have we got? 1217.
The surface winds are 080 degrees at 15 knots, runway 05, clear takeoff. Good takeoff 05, Shuttle 4 Delta.
Right, shall we try again? We'll get the latest QNH, which is information. Delta is current. Right. Ground, good evening. Easy 71 Victor Lima, stand 31, type A320, requesting our clearance is filed, and we have information Delta.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, Glasgow Ground, very good evening. Clearance is to Jersey, Narbo 1 Hotel departure, squawk 2025.
Cleared via Novo 1 Hotel departure squawk 2025. Easy 71 Victor Lima. Just need to check something.
Ground, this is a surprise. Spirit 464 with you. Requesting taxi, please. We can take Foxtrot.
Spirit 464, very good evening.
I don't think
taxi
that's
Foxtrot
correct.
Via standby. Right, correction, November and Echo. Correction, November, Golf.
Taxi Foxtrot by November and Golf. Spirit 464.
And Easy 71 Victor Lima, just confirm the runway in use. We expect a runway 05 Nobo 1 Juliet.
I've got to call you. It's Narbo 1 Juliet for 05. My apologies.
Roger, thank you. Easy 71 Victor Lima. Right, 1 Juliet is indeed in use.
Glasgow Ground,
That's
Speedbird
fine.
875, stand 33, request push and start.
Speedbird 875 behind the company A320 on November. Push and start approved. Face north.
Yeah, behind the company A320, pushback, face north, Speedbird 875.
So, squawk 2025 and 6,000 feet is our initial climb out. Right, let's get ready to do a brief.
And Speedbird 464, unfortunately your time with me is up, but Glasgow Tower's online. Contact them 118.8. Nice speaking to you.
Hotel 118.8. Thank you very much for ATC.
See you.
Okay, so just turned ATC off while we do our departure brief. So, weather here in Glasgow is pretty nice, no problems with that. Aircraft is the FENIX A320, fully serviceable with the exception of weather radar, which we know about. Takeoff weight today is going to be slightly above our maximum landing weight, so should we need to return here back to Glasgow, it's absolutely fine and safe to do so, but we just need to be aware of that. No times for our departure tonight. Threats to be aware of: we have terrain to the north of the field, hence the non-standard engine out procedure. As we depart, we have minimum safe altitude 4,900 feet. That decreases ever so slightly at 4,800 feet once we pass Elban, and then we're safe as we head to Norbo with minimum of 3,000. No climbs above 6,000 feet until instructed by ATC, and we've got 6,000 feet set. Let's just talk about how we're going to expect the taxi and everything to go. So where are we? We're parked at the domestic pier, stand 31. Where's my taxi chart? See if I can find that. There we go. So we're at stand 31. We expect to push back facing west on Golf. So we'll expect Golf all the way down. And we can tell them we can take Echo for departure as well. That's what we've planned, but we've got no problems taking full length departure. On departure then, nice standard departure, which we've already had a quick look at. Initial climb is 6,000 feet. Autopilot can get on nice and early. We've got no turns below 530 feet. Alright, all good there. Let's talk the emergency brief. So, standard Airbus emergency brief. Engine out procedure is non-standard. On departure then, if we've committed to takeoff and we've lost the engine, at 4 miles from the Glasgow VOR, we'll make a right turn heading 090, then when passing 2,000 feet or 22 miles from the Glasgow VOR, we're going to make a right-hand turn back to the Glasgow VOR and we'll enter the hold as programmed into the secondary flight plan. So, everyone should be hopefully happy with that. Let's just see how our boarding is getting on, because we should be pushing back pretty soon. Boarding is still underway. Let's go ahead and just tidy up everything up here. Refueling is completed, so we can now get the fuel pumps on. APU is running, so we're running under our own power. Let's disconnect the external power. Seatbelt signs can also come on as well. So if you are just joining us, welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us tonight on this real ops flight from, I nearly said Edinburgh then, Glasgow down to Jersey. We're going to keep a close eye on the weather in Jersey as it's deteriorating, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on. So I'm just waiting for those last few passengers remaining. Other than that, we're nearly all good to go. Let's just check a couple of other things then. So fuel in the tanks, we've currently got just under 7.3 tons. The APU is burning that fuel off. So we are loaded with fuel and balanced. The aircraft is in turnaround state, so all of the pre-flight checks that you do, things like checking hydraulic fluid and such, already done. The landing elevation is indeed set to auto. So as soon as we're loaded, we're going to try and get out of here. A couple of frequencies that we are going to need. I'm just going to make a quick note of those. So we've got the tower frequency next, which is 1188. And then after 1188, we have got Scottish Control on line 135525. And the JMac, thank you for subscribing as well on YouTube. Flight time is just under an hour and a half. AirDog, how do you make an emergency landing? It depends what kind of emergency that is. This always makes me chuckle. Capacity, we're taking 36 business class passengers. I don't know what a business class passenger on Easyjet looks like. but there we go. Lots of ATC online tonight. I just hope it stays on whilst we're in the air, because that would be lovely. Danny, takes ages till they've all boarded. Well, I guess it depends whether you select real time or not. We did today as well. Edog, if you're landing with an engine now, it's very, very similar to just landing with both engines. A little bit more rudder needed, but you can still use the autopilot to get you nice and low before disconnecting. Landing with one engine is not a major event. Now we've got something like the FENIX, we can perhaps in the future look at start doing some specialised emergency procedure videos, which will come in the future. Hinchy, thank you for subscribing as well. Listen, do I have the higher resolution cockpit textures on? Do you know what? I actually don't know. Where are they? Where have they put those? Are they in the panel states? No. Are they in the airframe? I don't know where they put those on, to be honest with you. That should be turned on. Save that. We've got cabin lights and cabin visibility. We're going to turn the cabin lights off. Mantoga, good evening to you. Oh, is it in the FENIX app, Christian? Ah, right, okay, fair enough. We should be pushing back in 3 minutes. I'm not sure. Ten more passengers to go. Come on, let's hurry them along. I think we can close the back doors. GP, you can go. Get rid of the chocks and cones. And then we'll need our final load sheet. Airdog, how do you set up a go-around properly? You don't really need to set it up so much here in the FENIX because the go-around track is included in each of the in your database for your arrival, just as it is in the real world. So all the luggage is done, all the fuel is done. We're just waiting for some slow passengers. Chris Hogg, good evening, mate. Good to see you. Okay. Before start checklist, I think we can get running those. So our cockpit preparation is all completed. The signs are on and auto. Ideas, we have 3.5 green, fuel quantity is checked and balanced, FMGS is set, altimeter is 1006 and that's 30 feet. I think the doors have just closed. Boarding complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've now got our final load sheet from dispatch. Let's see if we need to rerun any calculations. I'm hoping not. So, takeoff weight 66. What do we got? Zero fuel weight is 58.8, so slightly lighter than anticipated. 158 passengers, 4 infants. Takeoff weight 65.8. Excellent. So, accept. Because it's lower, we don't need to do anything. Zero fuel weight, CFG is fine. Zero fuel weight, sorry, takeoff weight, CFG is 29.1. Fantastic. We're in good shape.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft as you settle in for what we hope is going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look to be posing much of a problem, so we should have a nice smooth ride for you throughout the duration of the flight. And as the cabin crew continue making their last preparations, if you could please assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and make yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushing back. If you could please give the cabin crew your full attention as they go through the safety briefing, we'd very much appreciate it. So on behalf of myself and the first officer, we'd like to say thank you for choosing Easyjet today, and we look forward to giving you a safe flight.
Frank W.G. Ahmed, good evening to you. Right, we're all good. Let's, we've got the tug already connected. Let's contact ground and tell them what We're about set and good to go. Ground easy 71 Victor Lima, stand 3-1, we're ready for push and start.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, stand 3-1, push and start approved, face west.
Push and start approved, facing west, easy 71 Victor Lima.
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Okay, noticeable steering is disconnected, acupressure's in the green, transponder to auto, start the timer, and right, we can initiate our pushback. So, release the parking brakes, engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1. Still daylight here up in Scotland, it might not be by the time we get to Jersey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
Starting engine 2.
In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle.
Ground, this is
If it
American Airlines
fails to
9106,
inflate or needs
push to
topping
start.
up, blow into the tube.
American
There's a light and whistle
9106,
for attracting
Glasgow
attention.
ground, good evening.
We also
Have you
carry
received your
flotation
clearance?
aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed,
welcome,
armrest
sir.
down,
Thanks.
window blinds open, and seat.
American 9106,
We wish you
I can give you a
pleasant
clearance.
flight with
Just
EasyJet.
advise when you're ready to copy.
I think our
Go ahead.
pushback driver is still learning, but never mind.
So the clearance is down to Jersey. It's the elusive 1 Bravo departure from runway 05. The squawk 6463.
Engine number 2 is stabilised, so engine mode selector can come off. If you bleed off, if you master can come off, anti-ice is not required.
Just confirm. Jersey then.
Spoilers armed, rudder,
6463.
flaps 1, and very quickly we'll set our
American
trim.
9106, the squawk's correct, and the departure, I just need you to repeat it. The elusive 1 Bravo, and I put it in text for you as well.
That will do.
Yes, I got it, thank you.
Hold that there. Pushback complete. Set the parking brakes. And tug is a phantom tug this evening. We don't actually have one, but I can see he's now disconnected as the nose wheel steering has disconnected. Okay, I have to start checklist. Anti-ice is off, ecom status is checked, pitch trims 29.1 and rudder is set to 0. We'll do a flight control check while we're here then. So, full left, full right, neutral. Full up, full down, neutral.
American
Rudder,
9106. Just to let you
full
know,
right, rudder, full left.
in the UK, before you push, you need a
and neutral.
clearance. It's not a problem. It's not very busy here, but just for future notice.
Easy 71 Victor Lima is ready for taxi.
Doing this. American 9106, not a problem. Just call ready for taxi and hold position for now. Break easy 71 Victor Lima, taxi holding point Golf 1, runway 05 via Golf.
Roger, we can take Echo intersection as well if that's any good.
Yeah, Echo's perfect. In which case, taxi straight ahead, Echo 1 via Golf.
Straight ahead and hold Echo 1 for runway 05. Thank you, Easy 71 Victor Lima.
And Easy 71 Victor Lima, just start rolling. You can contact Glasgow Tower 118.8. Have a safe flight, Kevin Levy.
Many thanks for the service, Easy 71 Victor Lima. Bye bye. Right, so we'll get our. There's our very, very short taxi. So we'll get the lights on. Taxi flows all completed. Switch over to tower frequency. And 13552, which is the departure. There we go. Okay, very quick PEDS check then. So, no change to performance. QNH is 1006, going to be a flex takeoff. Departure, engine out is non-standard. Right turn 090 degrees at 4 miles from the Glasgow VOR. Departure is the Noble 1 Juliet, and our stop altitude is 6,000 feet. RockyJet Project, thank you so much for an incredibly kind, very generous $19.99 donation, saying always appreciate and admire your content. Happy flying. Rocky, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous of you, and I hope you're enjoying the flight this evening after well, nearly a week without any streams. So, but honestly, thank you so much. That is incredibly kind. Right, let's just turn that light off as we're now stationary. So before takeoff, checklist to the line. Flight controls are checked. Departure briefing is confirmed. Flap setting config 1. FMA takeoff data 133 blue 140 magenta. Climb blue 152 6000 blue 57 is the flex. Transponder is set. ECAM memo takeoff no blue. EFB is stowed. Let's contact tower.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
And tower Easy 71 Victor Lima, holding at Echo runway 05, ready for departure.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, Glasgow, hello, via Echo 1, the surface winds 070 degrees at 12 knots, runway 05, clear for takeoff.
Via Echo, cleared for takeoff runway 05, Easy 71 Victor Lima. Lovely, let's get all our lights on then. I still find some of these click spots just not always the easiest. There's the dings telling me the cabin crew's sat down. Okay, before takeoff checklist below the line. So cabin is secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS, TARA, packs are off, anti-ice is off. Should have mentioned when doing the briefing as well a little bit earlier, when talking about threats. Very common for pilots to say, well, I've just had a week off. So I could potentially be a threat because I'm not in the game and the flows of things, of the ways of doing things. So if you see anything that that looks wrong, do shout it out. Okay, so we're going to get as much tarmac as we can for our departure. The taxi line there that you just saw, don't follow that. That is a vacating taxi line. So don't think if we're lining up by this intersection that we need to follow that. That is where you would follow it for vacating the runway. Okay, once we're happy with where we are positioned, we're going to stop. As I say, we don't want to keep rolling and wasting potential tarmac. Okay, we're good to go. So we're cleared for takeoff, and we're going to start the chrono. Takeoff. Use the toe brakes while those engines spool up to 50% M1. Engine stable. Set takeoff thrust. And flex SRS from runway. Checked. V1. Rotate. Nav.
Positive rate climb, 0.
Okay, autopilot 1 engaged. Set climb thrust. Thrust climb. Climb.
EC71 Victor Lima, continue up 05, 1 Unicom 122.8, good evening.
Over to Unicom 122.8, thanks for the service. Good night, EC71 Victor Lima. Okay, flaps 0, spoilers disarmed.
Tower, this is American Airlines 9106, holding short Echo 1 at runway 5.
American 9106, Glasgow, hello via Echo, line up runway 05.
American Airlines 9106.
And we'll clear ourselves up to flight level 200. So thrust climb, open climb, 200 blue. Wave goodbye to Bonnie, Scotland. Animal Clips, yeah, 2500 is correct. It is Payware Scenery, the Purgy Gatwick. The same guys that did Edinburgh. Very, very neat scenery. Oh, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Let's hope the weather is kind to us when we get to Jersey now. Let's get some anti-ice on as we're going through this cloud layer. Dark Fury, no, I don't have the Orbex Great Britain North. Should probably get that, shouldn't we? Particularly if we do one of our iconic journey flights over the UK.
American 9106, surface wind 070 degrees, 12 knots, runway 05, clear for takeoff.
Right, over to Unicom. HD, hello. You must be shattered. 122.8. Right, on Unicom, we can ding the cabin crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Mantoga, the passengers +4. The +4 are infants, so they don't count, so to speak. They probably count for the parents, but not for the pilots. Right, 10,000 feet. Let's get airports on the EFIS. Then we're going to chat to HD about our options for the alternates tonight, because that was quite interesting. clear our RadNav page out. Check the progress page. Flight level 34 is our cruise. Optimum 35. Sounds good. So let's set our cruise now to 340 blue. HD says it's been a long day and now you're PM again. Too right. So HD, take a look at the operational flight plan if you can, which was created a couple of hours ago when I got time. And then tell me what you'd have done with the alternate. And I have just seen your message, so we may have been okay. Right, let's release the cabin crew. Red Thread, I don't use any rec simulation products at the moment. The only one that I... oh, hang on. No, they're airport enhancement. They have a runway and taxiway texture pack, don't they? Drini, currently at the moment my GPU is running at 81 degrees. And I normally limit my FPS to 30. I forgot to do that, so it's working as hard as it can at the minute, which is bad news, by the way. Particularly while I'm streaming, I always tend to try and cap that. Oh, Nick, I forgot about Rex acquisitions as well. Yeah, of course I do. That's probably the main one that I use. Yeah, Rex acquisitions and the airport texture pack. Danny, you've just searched live webcams placed at Jersey. It doesn't look good. Well, maybe HD can give us an actual the regulated landing rate for today. Let's see if we can get in. Dark Fury, maybe Orbex London will stop. You crashed the desktops at Gatwick. I hate Gatwick. Basement says you've tried the custom camera views, but everything you've tried isn't working. Suggestions: be very careful where you put that in. HT says he's looked at the alternates. As long as you didn't nominate Bristol, you're good. Where was Gatwick? See, I avoided Gatwick because, well, one, we always crash the desktop when we get there, and two, it's such a busy airport, particularly at the moment. So we had the choice of either Luton or Birmingham, and well, I plumped for Birmingham. As the crow flies, it was slightly closer. HD, a crash to desktop is a good reason to avoid it. I am going to fix this. I am going to fix that. Do you know what's really frustrating for me? The fact that we flew out of Gatwick so many times in the past. I really don't know what it is. I think the only reason I bobbed for Birmingham instead of Luton, well, Luton pleaded its case really well because it's obviously a major hub, but I chose Birmingham because I want to get to bed earlier if I have to divert. That's the main reason, if I'm being honest. Dr. Magic, thank you for your support over the last 14 months. Been a member for a while and still late for me in the flights. Dr. Magic, great to have you on board. Danny, also feel Amsterdam has a crash to desktop source rate. Do you know what, Danny? It hasn't. We've done Amsterdam a few times and it's been absolutely fine. I think it's better perhaps coming into Amsterdam than it is loading there and sitting there on the ground for an hour. I think that is what doesn't help. Because we do so much on the ground, if we spend an hour on the ground with various things popping in and out, I think sometimes that just bogs the system down somewhat. And like Oliver's just said, he's learned not to run any of the programs when Microsoft Flight Simulator is running. You can't really do that when you're streaming. Chris says Bristol is a nice airport. Indeed, it is, but the weather's a bit naff tonight. I think. Alvi says that MK Studios have a sale on their scenery. Oh, I saw that. Yes, just before I started, they do indeed. And Alfie, you have just been gifted an Easyjet Sim Pilot channel membership by Dr. Magic. Dr. Magic, thank you so much for your kind gifted membership. Really, really kind of you. Welcome to the gang, Alfie. Redford, have I been to Naples in Microsoft Flight? Yeah, I love Naples. That was a gorgeous approach. I just wish there was some airport scenery for it though. The default leaves a bit to be desired. Right, well, we should be at our top of climbing around 50-60 miles time. Keyfly on Twitch, thank you for the follow. Oh, Danny, I've got Fuerteventura, that's great. Lisbon's awesome. I love Lisbon. You know, prior to streaming all my flights, what I used to do quite regularly is sorry, I just got distracted by HD saying this is a concern. Are you looking at the regulated landing weight? Can we not get in? Let's wait and see. HD's screaming at me. Yeah, prior to streaming all of my flights, I would have I would normally do a Manchester. Manchester was kind of like my home base hub when I was flying, so I'd regularly do like a Manchester to Dubrovnik, or Manchester to Athens, Manchester to Lisbon, depending on what I was doing that day. Obviously, I could just take it off and leave it, and then go about my business. Didn't really matter. I wasn't streaming or chatting to anyone. Danny, when HC says he's got a concern, it means we've got a concern. I know he's looking at the landing weight. I wanted to take another half-ton extra fuel, but I didn't. Animal Clips, you need 3 PCMs to stream Microsoft Flight Simulator without crashes. One for the sim, a PC just for the community folder. I found I want to stream. There you go, the regulatory landing weight is 56.9 tons on a wet runway. Damn. What were we planning to land with? I can't remember what it was now. We did talk about this. You'd have to rewind the stream back. 4 tons on board, and our zero fuel weight was is 58.9. It was actually slightly less, wasn't it? It was 58.8. So we are about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're about 5 tons heavier than we should be. Valkyrie 97, thank you for the follow. What's the chance of the weather drying up before we get there? William, whack the cost index up a bit. Actually, that is a good point, but I'm doing the opposite because I keep forgetting that. Now we touched on this as well, HD. We talked about a dispatch landing calculation and then the in-flight one. On the dispatch one, the weather was still the runway was still dry-ish, so we could just about legally depart. But now we're in flight. Let's see. So the in-flight landing distance is good up to 64.6 ton with medium auto brake, full reverse, and a maximum manual braking as well. We need to touch down hard. It's going to be... we'll touch down hard, make good solid contact with the runway, no long landings. We need to be in that zone. Christian, is the cloud ceiling now 300? Yeah. Can we even get in at that? 500 feet to go, then we're at our cruise. You know, I was hoping for a nice chilled flight to Jersey, always fun. This could end up being a diversion or all sorts, couldn't it? What are the minimums there? 550 metres. McAllister. See, the visibility is 4,000 metres at the minute, as Christian's just said with the METAR. That doesn't concern me. What concerns me is 300 a 300-foot cloud base alt cruise. Should we just turn around and go back to Glasgow? Land O'Lakes, you've never seen the anchor button before. Right, well, now we're at the top of climb. Danny says, do a quick search on Google for a Jersey webcam. It'll make you do a 180 and turn around and go back. Is it legal to make an approach if the cloud base is lower than the decision altitude? I feel like you're trying to give me a trick question there, but surely not, because if the cloud base is 300 and we're not allowed to go any lower than 472, how on earth are you going to see the runway? Oh, hang on. No. You can start the approach. But you can start the approach. You just might not complete it. God, that screen looks mucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know that we've reached our cruising altitude for today and we're not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our Easyjet SIM pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly.
Yeah, so you can start the approach. I think as well, HD will confirm this, you can even start the approach if the runway visual range is below the minimums, but you're not allowed to drop any lower than 1,000 feet, if that is the case. Just in case you wanted to chance your arm and see if you could get visual with the runway. I don't know why you'd do that if the weather is really bad, because chances are you're not going to be able to. So, now we're ticking along. We can grab the current METAR here. See what's happening in Jersey. So, right now, broken 300. What's the TAF say? So the forecast is that that cloud ceiling may lift. Guess we'll wait and see. William, runway change. You're now using 26. I've planned 26, so that's fine. Oh, Jayhawk, you've closed the sim down by pressing the wrong button. That's why I never use the Alt key to change views. I have them bound to the side stick. So basically what we're saying is the north of the UK has got quite nice fluffy cloud weather, and we're going to go to horrible, grisly, wet, grey weather. The kind of weather that, ironically, you usually find in Scotland. Right. Let's have a look at the approach, shall we? And then start making some plans. So we're on the scary. I love these names. Scary 1 Juliet arrival, which takes us to Jersey, and then from there the procedure is outbound, background on the ILS. Let's just have a look, see what we've got in terms of altitudes and things. We've got nothing in terms of constraints or anything like that, so let's just check what we've got currently coded into the flight plan. As we pass the Jersey VOR, the platform altitude then is 2,000 feet. So if we get ourselves down to 2,000 feet and we're a green dot here, we can get flaps out as we leave Jersey, easily slow down to 185, or we'll slow down to 180. We'll fly all of this procedure then at the platform altitude, 2,000 feet. Take it nice and steady. So, let's just check what the flight plan has to say about that. Yeah, so I'm going to tell it I want to be at 2,000 feet at this bit. Nick 80 says runway 08. I believe that ATC has just come on the chat. Where's he gone? William, you're working down there at Jersey, aren't you? Runway 26 is now in use. Right, 2,000 feet, and we'll pop in 210. There. Oh, we can't fly 2,000 feet across the beacon. Of course we can't. Planes will be coming into land. That would be annoying for them. Right, 3,000 feet. Change that. There we go. So yeah, 3,000 feet, green dot, flap swan, down to 2,000 feet as we make the final turn. Yeah, how daft would that be? If we were at 2,000 feet here and a plane was coming down to land, that'd be daft. Right, well we best look at the go-around procedure. Straight ahead, 3,000 feet, left turn to 180. And then decide, are we going to have another go, or are we diverting? I can tell you where we're not diverting to. Company message, what are they shouting at me for? We were late by 2 minutes. Oh, were we? Oh, Christian, you got to go to bed. No, I have a nice diversion to Nantes. I haven't got enough fuel for that. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. We'll blame the pushback crew, I think. RLP. And all 2 minutes was their fault. Oh, I can't click number 2 because my thrust levers are in the way. We'll ask the first officer to do it. So our alternate is Birmingham. I mean, this poses a bit of a conundrum, probably one that you'd not think about too much in the simulator, but in the real world, if you were leaving Glasgow and you couldn't get in at Jersey due to bad weather or whatever, then potentially you'd think, oh, do you know what, we'll just make sure we've got enough fuel, we'll get back up to Glasgow, we'll return the passengers home. But you can't do that, because to load enough fuel to get back to Glasgow after flying down to Jersey means that you'll be too heavy anyway to land in Jersey in the first place. So it really is kind of all these things that you've got to think about that you perhaps don't think about from a simming point of view. Simon, why is there minimums for ILS approach if the instruments will guide you in? So they will own, depending on the certain categories of ILS approaches, because there are 3 different categories. Only the highest level categories will take your aircraft safely down to the runway. But the one at Jersey is only a category 1 ILS, meaning that, say, after 472 feet, then you're on your own. HD, welcome to real world issues, especially when you have a regulated landing weight of 56 tonne. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get enough fuel on board to turn around and get your passengers back home in the event. you'd get a good feel for whether you'd have another go, Leonardo. After your first time round, if you're going through and it's just blank, you can't see a single thing, then nah, the chances of it clearing up again, you don't know. Tom, where are we flying over right now? Flying over, well, Manchester is just about 36, 37 miles to the left of us, just over there. Now, did we get any weather for Birmingham? Check Birmingham's all okay. They've received our delay code. So what's Birmingham doing? Visibility is fine. Vicinity of showers. Scatter 4,500. Yeah, Birmingham's no problem. So HD says, in a situation like this, you'd likely have to boot some people off. Oh dear. And you'd have enough fuel for one go. If you don't get in, you're off to your alternate straight away. You also don't have crash to desktop issues at Gatwick, so that would help with the fuel. Yeah, indeed. Well, guys, given that we've potentially got a longer night than initially planned ahead of us, I'm going to go make use of the facilities. I don't want to be caught short when we're coming into Jersey and having to decide where we're going. How many passengers did we have on? I can't remember. The payload was what? 14.8 tons. And I can't remember how many passengers that was. We can find out. 1 second. $158. So yeah, that is quite full, isn't it? 158. Well remembered, Dan. Right, guys, I will be back with you in a moment. Time to visit the galley.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
We're back. So yeah, we're about 4 ton overweight at the gate, which is about 40 passengers to go. Right. So, how would you sort of conservatively pick the 40? First thing to do is obviously offer the passengers the chance to take a later flight. Where's our top of descent? Right, our top of descent's about 120 miles away. Let's sort a brief out then, shall we? So, briefing should be pretty straightforward. So we want the arrival charts for Jersey. Just pin that chart. And the ILS 26. Right, so the plan is, yeah, it's, as I say, pretty straightforward. Someone's nicked my green again. It's not funny, this. I really don't know how this works. Okay, so I'm using yellow as my green. Right, so that's where I want my my green dot to be. And then we're going to go flaps 1. And then as we're coming around down to 2,000 feet, obviously flaps 2. A couple of other things to note down while we're here. So we're runway 26. We're on the, what is it? The scary arrival. Scary 1 Juliet. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Platform altitude is 2,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude is 1,900 feet. And our decision altitude is 472. ILS identifier is India Delta Delta. Elevation is 272. Missed approach is 3,000. We best just briefly go around as well. So, go around, maximum is 210 knots. That might be flaps 1, you know. What is it at the moment? Okay. Potentially flaps 1 then. So the go around procedure is toga, go around flaps, pitch up, rotate, FMAs, gear up. What's the thrust reduction altitude set to? That is all correct. Well, could you start setting the secondary flight plan? Not a bad shout, to be honest. Let's just copy the active flight plan because we had the engine out procedure in there to begin with. This is something we've never had to really think about before. I don't recall a stream before where this has taken place. So in terms of setting up the secondary flight plan then, We'll ask HD for this. So, would you grab your secondary flight plan? Would you do a new init, say Jersey to Birmingham, and then obviously we've got the flight plan on the operational flight plan. Again, we've never had the luxury of a secondary flight plan to play around with, so it's nice to have. Sean, we're learning some things new in here. Yeah, every day's a school day. HD, what am I doing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, can you pop the alternate flight plan in on the primary flight plan? Really? Where? Would you just pop it in here after the manual leg? Manually type it in? So if you manually type that in, etc., then easy enough to do. So after that we then enter the SID. Would there be a SID? From runway 26? The SID that I've got on the flight plan is FENIX 3 Bravo. That's not showing there. That's strange. Why is that not showing? Because obviously entering this is absolutely fine. We're happy entering that in. But the FENIX 3 Bravo then being there from Jersey's runway 26. The 5 Alpha is. Danny says that is the departure. That's right, because technically you're departing from Jersey. Runway 26. That's interesting. Maybe 3 Bravo is for 08. The flight plan's got 26 in. The operational flight plan, I mean, has got 26 in, so... Oh well. Go on then, we'll pop that in. Then, after FENIX, we need to take an airway, which is Golf 27. Then Akiki. Make sure we're spelling these correctly. A-K-I-K-I. After Akiki, Uniform Mike 189. To Ipati. Never had to do this before. Uniform Mike 184. To Hemel. That's the last one. Oh, it should recognise the intersections, shouldn't it? I keep forgetting we're in the Phoenix. Right, and then we should be... I'll just check where's our top of descent. Oh no, there's plenty of time. And then we need to enter in the arrival for runway 26. Someone grab me the METAR for Birmingham, please. I think it's runway, runway 15, ILS 15 in use. Hemel 1 Bravo. Where does that come in from? Hemel 1 Bravo via Honley to Oscott. Or you fly the full procedure. ATC would give you vectors, wouldn't it? Tell you what, if that's the case, we will pop in Novia. Right, let me get the latest information from Jersey then, as it's getting dark. I'm going to cheat, use this. So, latest METAR for Jersey, we have got, oh god. Right. Winds 170 at 11. Are we going to get in? Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Temperature 15. That's why it's so bloomin' foggy. Same as the dew point. QNH 1010. Recent rain. .278. HD, I know the visibility is Cat 1. What about the broken clouds at 300 feet? Do you know what? The broken clouds at 300 feet and the decision altitude is 278. Where are we? Double check that. It's not 278. Where have we got that from? Oh, ignore me. I'm looking at completely the wrong piece of paper in front of me. It's 472. It is broken clouds, so you know we might see. Right, fuel prediction page. There you go. Or did you want to have a look at HD? In fact, I just need to check where are we, top of descent wise. We're still okay. Right, top of descent is in about 30 miles. Just confirm HD, delete the alternate fuel. Yes? delete the ultimate fuel. Yep, okay. So now we've got, without that of course, an extra 1 hour and 40 minutes of flight time. Maybe you could get back to Glasgow. So the new figure is your in-flight alternate fuel planning with the whole route. It should work it out. Don't think it has. Don't. That was a bit like a fuel balancing moment, wasn't it? Oh well, never mind. Place your bets now, guys. Are we going to get into Jersey, or are we going to end up back up at Birmingham? Put the operational flight plan value back in. So that was for Birmingham. Actually, for Birmingham, just check we're getting the right one here. For Birmingham, it's that. So it should have been closer to 2.2. There we go. Sean thinks we're going to Birmingham. Alfie thinks we're going to Birmingham. Dane Reed, good evening. I best tell the wife to start watching TV without me. "31 extra minutes, enough for another go if we decide to divert." Do we go for another go? Realistically, why won't we get in? One reason: Microsoft Flight Simulator. We've seen it before, haven't we? But, you know, I think if we can see the lights, you know, if we can get in, then we will get in. If it's the weather that's causing us issues as to why we can't get in, the maximum number of goes we can have is 2. Or is it 3? I'm having a brain fart moment. No, 3. Landing has to be assured, doesn't it? Landing has to be assured for 3. 2 goes when the weather is the cause.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear and the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Right, well, we're about at our top of descent, so we're going to start heading down. Initially, we'll just head down to 10,000 feet. So, descent and 10,000 blue. Or Flight level 100 blue. Ben Thomas says it's just started to rain in Jersey. Mark says, yeah, we're landing at Birmingham. I didn't even pay attention to the wind. What was the wind? 170 at 11. Checking the Jersey ATIS, make sure that we're landing on the right runway. Yep, runway 26. William says an aircraft's just gone around in Jersey in the sim. Is that Nick? Who's excited? You're allowed to be excited. I'm just, well, what a great first stream back after a week off. Clemo, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Right, Jersey approach 125.2. We'll contact those in a moment. Then we've got Jersey Tower 11945, and then Jersey Grounds on 9 as well, 1219. Just want to check as well once we have landed. We're rolling right to the end of the runway. We're not stopping at Delta, I'm guessing, so it's going to roll away backtracking on Bravo. We're using full reverse and manual brakes, indeed. If we bounce, bin it and try again. Yeah, we need to get down first time, don't we? Right then, so on the way down, let's contact ATC. What is it? 1252. Bet this is more exciting than your day at work, isn't it, HD?
Skipper 27 Juliet Romeo, descend altitude 2,000 feet, make a right turn heading 230 degrees, clear ILS approach runway 26.
We're going to get vectored in.
We're heading 230 and 2,000 feet, clear the ILS 26, Skipper 27 Juliet, and request, could you confirm the runway is dry or wet?
Moist.
Stand by.
Just because we're flying for a big rain cloud at the minute, and it wasn't in the ATIS, or at least I didn't see it.
27 Juliet Romeo, I'd go with wet at the moment. There is light drizzle in the area and clouds broken 300 feet.
Okay, thank you. Just going to read your guide landing calculations.
Jersey approach, good evening. Easy 71 Victor Lima, inbound, scary, passing flight level 260.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, Jersey Control, hello, descend flight level 180, Scary 1 Juliet on arrival, landing runway 26.
Descend flight level 180 on Scary 1 Juliet, landing runway 26, thank you. Easy 71 Victor Lima.
Airline 3, runway 27, you clear to land. The surface winds at Guernsey, 180 degrees at 10 knots.
what's the QNH? 1010.
Should be about 875, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend 3,000 feet, speed about 875.
Nick, did you just say you'd cut the grass after you landed? Ben Thomas says you're looking forward to this landing. It's going to be fun. Well, you know what? I'm kind of with HD. Boring is good,
level 261, descending 200,
but not from a YouTube live stream point of view.
Request the RMP approach
I get
runway
that.
26.
Lord of Rush 7, Jersey Control, hello. Squawk 3607, descend flight level 180.
3607, descending 180, Lord of Rush 7.
Oliver asks,
Lord of Rush 7, roger that for the...
do I want the
RMP
scary
approach,
arrival or
runway
the horrific
26.
arrival? We could get both. HD's calm, he says it's going to be fine.
We'll contact the tower now, 119.45, good night.
We'll
Contact tower 11945.
we'll see the airport lights, we'll see the runway lights, no issue at all. HD says, a crosswind on a wet runway, you see runway edge lights being endangered tonight. You said the last time you went to Jersey HD, you had a 38 knot crosswind, didn't you? Right on the limits.
Speed about 875, left turn heading 030 degrees.
Left heading 030, speed about 875.
Arik Air 001, continue to landing.
Arik Air 001, climb flight level 240.
40, thank you.
Right, so the fact we're going to be getting vectored in means I can sort of do my own calculations. I'm expecting that we'll get taken right down to platform altitude and brought in.
Is at flight level 200 inbound Lona.
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, Jersey Control. Hello again, Lona 1 Juliet arrival, landing runway 26, descend flight level 100.
Lona 1 Juliet arrival, landing runway 26. Did you say the site, descend flight level 110?
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, flight level 100 please.
Flight level 100, 24 Quebec Zulu.
Easy
71 Victor Lima, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, Easy 71 Victor Lima.
Arik Air 001, monitor Unicom 122 decimate, good night.
Thank you, going to Unicom, Arik Air 001.
Speed about 875, descend altitude 2,000.
Completely forgot what I was about to say now.
Descend 2,000 feet, speed about 875.
Lord of Rush 7, descend altitude.
Oh yeah,
6,000
the call sign that I just heard.
1010.
Another EasyJet one with.
1010, Lord of Rush 7, thank you.
Yeah, that was a painful call sign. That fair play to the VATSIM pilot flying that. HD said it was also the 38 knots for taking off too. Well,
875 left turn.
that's obviously good because
0 degrees cleared ILS approach runway 26.
had you been in the Neo, you wouldn't have been taking
cleared
off.
for ILS 26, speed about 875.
Line 3, Jersey Control.
So Danny, the max for takeoff in the Neo is 35.
If you transmit in line 3, I can't actually hear you. Yeah, nothing heard.
Jersey approach, hello again, Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
Nick says go around just now. Are you on the you're on the ground, aren't you, Nick?
Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo, roger.
You're just cutting the grass.
Runway 26, left turn heading 120 degrees, climb altitude 4,000 feet.
120 degrees and altitude 4,000 feet, Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
And just confirm you do want another go, yeah?
Yep, we'll take one more and see how that one goes. Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
Oh, it sounds fun. Right, seatbelt signs are on.
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, descend altitude 4,000 feet, the Jersey QNH 1010.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1010, Easy 24 Quebec Zulu.
Aidan Kirkwood, you currently just downloaded the Phoenix. Oh, you're gonna love the Phoenix.
Lord of Rush 7, left turn,
HD says,
heading 010 degrees.
and the aircraft you were flying that day had been changed from a Neo to a CO. You want to say Ops thought about it in advance. Did they? Did they really?
Speedbird 875, contact the tower now, 119, decimal 45, bye-bye.
Over to tower 11945, thank you for service, Speedbird 875.
So yeah, with all these go-arounds, are we going to get thrown into a hold somewhere?
Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo, left turn heading 090 degrees.
Left 090, Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
Jersey Control, very good evening to you. Speedbird 503, climbing through 4,400 feet on Earth 1 Charlie.
Speedbird 503, Jersey Control. Hello, climb now, flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Speedbird 503.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we've just begun our final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up...
Lord 7, reduce your speed to 180 knots.
Appreciated.
Confirm 180 for Lord 7.
Please turn off all electronic...
Lord 7, actually make that 200 knots. Roger 200, Lord 7.
toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a Easyjet Sim Pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cab crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
So the hold,
Lord of Rush 7, right turn heading...
if we are put into it, is over the Jersey VOR.
Right turn heading 100, Lord of Rush 7.
Jersey approach, A-line 3, at 2,000 feet, on a heading of 280. We're trying to intercept the ILS.
Dane, no, I don't fly for any virtual airline.
At the moment.
A-line 3, roger, make a left turn heading 230 degrees, report established to runway 27.
Was that left turn 230 degrees?
That's affirmative, Airline 3. Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo, left turn heading 030 degrees, descend altitude 2,000 feet.
030 degrees and 2,000 feet, Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
Can we do the procedure from that hold?
Easy 71 Victor
that?
Lima, descend altitude 6,000 feet, the Jersey QNH 1010, left turn heading 100 degrees, the vectors now for the ILS, runway 26.
Descend altitude 6,000 feet, left turn 100, QNH 1010 for Easy 71 Victor Lima.
A-line 3, unfortunately you're too close to intercept the ILS now. Make a left turn heading 180 degrees, it'll be vectors for the ILS, runway 27.
Left turn heading 180 for A-line 3.
So,
Lord of Rush 7, right turn heading 170 degrees, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
170, 3,000, Lord Rush 7.
Oh, I need to link those.
Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo, reduce your speed to 200 knots or less.
Speed is currently 190 indicated. Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo, on that note, 180 for me, please.
Speed 180, Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo, left turn heading 290 degrees, cleared ILS approach, runway 26.
Left turn 290 degrees and clear the ILS runway 26, Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo.
Lord of Rush 7, left turn heading 090 degrees.
090, Lord of Rush 7.
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, left turn heading 160 degrees, vectors the ILS runway 26.
Left turn to 160 and vectors for the ILS. Easy 24 Quebec Zulu.
Speedbird 503, climb flight level 210 degree and route direct Orist.
Climb 210 and direct Orist, Speedbird 503.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, right turn heading 130 degrees. A-line 3, left turn heading 090 degrees.
Left turn 090 degrees, A-line 3.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, left turn, correction, right turn heading 130 degrees.
We're sending far too fast there. But
Speedbird
it gives us time to bleed off speed.
180 knots or greater until 4 DME. Contact the tower now.
Let's
118.
activate the approach phase.
119.45. Good night.
Speed 180 until 4 and back over to tower 11945 for Speedbird 27 Juliet Romeo. Hopefully it's for the last time. Good night.
India Delta Delta is identified.
Order 7, reduce speed 180 knots.
180 knots, another 7.
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, speed 200 knots.
Speed 200, Easy 24 Quebec Zulu.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, right turn heading 160 degrees.
Right heading 160, easy 7 Victor Lima.
Airline 3, left turn heading 020 degrees.
Left turn 020 degrees, Airline 3.
I think it is, isn't it?
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, descend altitude 2,000 feet.
Descend 2,000 feet, Easy 24 Quebec Zulu.
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, disregard. Easy 71 Victor Lima, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
Descend altitude 4,000, easy 71 Victor Lima. So at the moment I just need to concentrate on making sure we're not too high for this approach.
Airline 3, left turn heading 290 degrees, cleared ILS approach runway 27.
Left turn 290 degrees, cleared ILS approach runway 27 for Airline 3.
Exactly, actually. I don't want to be faffing just right now.
Turn heading 230
We've got it showing anyway.
Runway 26.
Enough for us to see.
Speed 180 greater, and just repeat the heading.
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, heading now to 90 degrees, claw established, runway 26, speed 180 knots, or, no, just go 180 for now.
Heading 290 and speed 180, easy 24 Quebec Zulu.
Water 7, left turn heading 350 degrees.
I can hear rain battering the aircraft.
Left turn heading 350 degrees.
350, Lord 7.
Speedbird 503, leave my space monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8, good night.
Busy night in Jersey, isn't it?
Unicom 128.
I see the TCAS traffic
have a good evening.
as well.
Speedbird 503.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, speed minimum approach speed.
Minimum approach speed now for Easy 71 Victor Lima.
And 71 Victor Lima descend. Correction, stay at 4,000 feet.
Maintain 4,000, Easy 71 Victor Lima.
Airline 3, report established.
So, maintaining this altitude means we'll slow down nice and quickly.
Report when established, airline 3.
Lord of 7, apologies, I think I've fitted you for the ILS. Do you
speeds
still want
checked,
your
Flaps
RMP
1.
approach?
ILS is fine, Lord.
In fact, actually, Lord of 7, you can skip a bit. Route direct Nenri, descend altitude 2,000 feet, report final approach fixed.
Can we fly the ILS now? We've already set up.
Well, I think he does want us a VAT
Make a
HD,
left
which
turn, then heading 290 degrees, cleared ILS approach, runway 26.
is
Thank you much,
137.
Lord. Airline 3 established,
Flaps 2,
runway
speeds
27,
checked.
Guernsey.
Flaps 2.
Airline 3, runway 270, cleared to land. The surface wind 180 degrees at 10 knots.
Airline 3, clear to land, runway 27.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, right turn heading 200 degrees.
Is established on the ILS.
If we hold F speed at this point, we should...
Easy 71 Victor Lima, right turn heading 200 degrees. Do not establish, I'll take you south to establish from the south.
right heading 200 and do not establish. Easy 71 Victor Lima.
Easy 24 Quebec Zulu, contact the tower now 119.45. We'll see you again, good night.
11945.
This is burning my fuel. So he's going to have us spin us around and come back, I'm guessing. Mantoga, I believe he is doing Guernsey approach as well, yes. So he's got an aircraft beneath us, which we're not going to see. The weather's pants. But he's got an aircraft beneath us currently establishing.
Ladder 7 is established.
Lord of 7, descend with the glide, use number 2, the one heads at 4 miles.
We'll descend with the glide, thank you, Ladder 7.
That's what I was looking to do. Thank you, HD. So direct.
Easy 71 Victor Lima, left turn heading 160 degrees, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Left heading 160, descend 3,000. Easy 71 Victor Lima. Thrust idle open, descent 3,000 blue.
Lord of Rush 7, minimum approach speed until 40 of me.
Confirm 160, Ladder 7.
Lord of 7, minimum approach speed until 40 of me.
Please copy minimum approach speed, Ladder 7.
Can you guys hear the rain? Or is it just me? Right, we're now below the glide slope.
Easy 7 will Victor Lima, left turn heading 050 degrees.
Left turn heading 050, easy 7 Victor Lima.
Lord of Rush 7, you're about to become number 1. The one ahead is at less than 1 mile. Contact the tower now 119.45.
1945, thank you much, bye-bye, Ladder 7.
How much fuel will we have at the start of the approach? Probably around...
Airline 3, welcome to Jersey. Taxi
just over
stand
4
number 3
ton.
via Delta and Alpha.
Airline 3, Guernsey, sorry.
Yeah, Airline 3 Norwich, welcome to Guernsey, sorry. Taxi stand number 3 via Delta and Alpha.
Star number 3 via Delta and Alpha.
Look at the
Thank you,
wind
Airline
as
3.
well at the moment. Was heading 050. Confirm please, sorry, for ET71 Victor Lima, heading 050.
Left turn heading 050, affirmative.
Many thanks, apologies. EZ71 Victor Lima, turning now left heading 050.
In fact, EZ71 Victor Lima, you can make that further left heading 010 degrees now.
Left turn now heading 010, EZ71 Victor Lima. I thought when I turned to heading 150, I thought we've only turned left by 10 degrees. That doesn't seem very much. Thanks, guys.
EZ71 Victor Lima, further left turn heading 340 degrees.
Left turn 340 degrees, EZ71 Victor Lima. I was waiting for HT to say something along those lines. Right, now we're at an angle where we should be able to intercept the ILS comfortably. Can't see out the window, so I was going to get rid of the tablet because it reduces visibility, but never mind. We can stick on this view.
EZ71 Victor Lima, left turn heading 290 degrees, clear for the ILS approach runway 26.
Left turn 290 degrees, clear ILS runway 26, EZ71 Victor Lima. Glide slope lock blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Fuel's just dropped below 4 tons. Still enough fuel for another go. EZ71 Victor Lima, just give us a wind check please at on finals.
EZ71 Victor Lima, the winds are 170 degrees at 11 knots. In fact, they've just this second changed to 180 at 10 knots.
Thank you, 71 Victor Lima. Okay, so I just want to know that because the winds are obviously going to change compared to what they are here. We're going to have more of a crosswind coming in from the left, so let's be prepared for that.
EZ71 Victor Lima, there's no ATC speed restrictions.
Thank you, EZ71 Victor Lima. We may as well just hold this. We're at 12 miles out. We're about to establish on the localizer. Lock star. Glide slopes on the left. Missed approach altitude is already set, as it's 3,000 feet, our current altitude. So the winds will drop off but spin further around from the left.
EZ71 Victor Lima, your number 1, contact the tower now, 119.45. Good night.
11945, thanks very much for the service, EZ71 Victor Lima, good night. Tower EZ71 Victor Lima established 9 miles, runway 26.
Easy71 Victor Lima, very good
Glass
evening to you,
Upstar.
sir. Continue. Number 1, caution. Visibility is down to 3,800 metres.
Roger, thank you, Easy71 Victor. Ground 1219. Seven and a half miles to go. Go around procedure. Toga. Go around flaps. Rotate. FMA's positive rate. Gear up. Thrust reduction is around 1,300 feet. Six miles. Gear down. Spoilers.
T4 Quebec Zulu, Shutdown.
Flaps 3, speed check.
T4 Quebec Zulu, thanks for coming back in, Peter. Good to see you, my friend.
Angie, goodbye.
Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Auto thrust. Speed. Go around altitude 3,000. Set.
Easy71 Victor
Econ Memo
Lima,
land no blue.
surface winds 180, 10 knots, runway 26, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 26, Easy71 Victor Lima. Got about 1,000 feet to go. I can see ground lights already. We just need to be able to see the runway lights. There it is. That wind's going to drop off and come round from the left even more. Rain has died off. There's that wind. Autopilot disengaged. I have control.
Helicopter Golf Romeo Charlie, report ready for departure.
Wilco, Golf Romeo Charlie.
500.
Continue.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Get back on that centre line.
Flight slope.
40, 30, 20. Retard.
We're down. Spoilers deployed. Reverse green. Manual braking.
Helicopter Golf Hotel Echo Romeo Charlie.
Safety knots, reverses
holding
off.
Echo for runway 26, ready for departure.
Golf Romeo Charlie, roger. After your departure, sir, direct northwest corner, report overhead.
After departure, report northwest corner. Helicopter Echo Romeo Charlie.
Crew will shortly be leaving their seats to
Easy71 Victor Lima, welcome into Jersey via Bravo and Juliet, taxi stand 10.
Fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Via Bravo
Portable
Juliet stand
electronic
10,
devices
Easy
for
71 Victor
messaging,
Lima.
calls or internet access may
Golf Romeo Charlie, surface winds are currently 180, 10 knots, runway 26, you're clear for takeoff.
underneath the seat and in the
Cleared for takeoff, runway 26. Helicopter Golf Hotel Echo Romeo Charlie.
Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Stand 10. Ah, well, that was not the plan I had tonight. I was hoping for a nice, easy flight this evening. Where's stand 10? Oh, it's the right hand side, back here. Look at the other guys that did make it in, though. Well done to everyone through that. It wasn't as straightforward as some of the landings we have had here on the channel. What a great way to come back after a week off. For anyone interested as well, this is a freeware jersey series, which is really nice, especially when you've got weather like this to play with. So, apologies to those of you that wanted to go to Birmingham tonight. We didn't need it. Please do hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed the stream this evening. Not quite as straightforward as some of the ones we've done, obviously. Let me just turn the taxi lights off as well. Well, I hope it's not raining where I am in the real world, because I need to go and walk the first officer after this. And stop. Oh! Wow, what a great feeling to be able to put the parking brake on.
Corner.
Is that APU running? Yes it is. APU bleed on. Get those anti-ice off. Engine 1 shut down. Engine 2 shut down. Lovely. Right. Fuel pumps can come off. Set the standby squawk as well. 2000. Oh, and relax. Let's get the ground services into position. So, ground power unit, chocks and cones are done. Stairs sorted. There's no jetway here, is there? No. Good stuff. We should now be able to go ahead and connect the external power. There it is. Well, there we go, guys. Welcome to a very wet Jersey. Oh, even I can feel the weight just disappearing off my shoulders following that one. Lots of traffic on the approach, weather to contend with, possibilities of a go around. I think there were a couple went around before me on the approach as well, so it was always going to be a possibility. Then the potential thought of a planned diversion back up the UK to Birmingham, which we'd all got programmed in, ready to go if we needed. Now all we needed to do was the FENIX to throw a random failure in there as well, and that would have been one heck of a stream. Thankfully that didn't happen. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me tonight. I really do hope that you have enjoyed that one. It was, of course, very different and certainly not boring. People ask me, let me turn the beacon light off. People ask me, don't I ever get bored of flying the same aircraft over and over again? The reason I say no is reasons like the streams we've just had tonight, because anything can happen. No two flights are the same ever. Really, really nice. And of course, you guys as company, HD as PM, or better way to spend a Tuesday night. Thank you to those of you who have donated and contributed during the stream, to the new channel members as well. Welcome on board, and thank you to those gifting the channel membership subs, to Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members past and present. Thank you for your ongoing support. Great to be back following a week's hiatus. We'll have more live streams this week, I am certain. Again, the Jersey scenery is available free from flightsim.to. Did anyone just see the Service Air catering trucks slide his way to line up with the back door? Fantastic. HD, you're definitely in discretion now. Yeah, get to bed. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I look forward to chatting with you all on Discord and seeing you all again very soon. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.